Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to import existing AWS infrastructure into Terraform Cloud or remote state file, okay? So as you see in this picture, this is just a pictorial overview of my demo. So here I'm going to explain you like how does this, flow works at real time, okay? As you see in this picture, so here, to import the existing AWS infrastructure, which is sitting in your AWS account. For example, now you want to manage that infrastructure, which is right now managed as a manual, into infrastructure as a code manager, that is Terraform code-based management, okay? So in such cases, this is the video which is dedicated for that purpose, okay? So here, first of all, how do we achieve that scenario, okay? So that is where I'm going to explain you in this diagram. Then later, after this one, I'm going to show you at real time how you can achieve that scenario with using a single resource, for example, yeah? So here, for example, a DevOps guy who is managing your infrastructure with using infrastructure as a code or Terraform, yeah? So here what he do is, he will first, run the command called Terraform import with using AWS Terraform resource type dot value of the, value of the resource type variable, then ARN or the name of the, resource. If you put this command and try to run this command from your local laptop, what it does is basically it imports the, it actually imports the configurations present on top of this, present on this resource which is managed manually at AWS account into Terraform state file, okay? So once that information, in the sense, once the configurations of the resource is imported into the Terraform state file, then yes, that becomes a source of information for you to dig the data from there, from that state file, and put it into put those data manually again into a dedicated .tf file. Nothing but the TF file now that will be acting as a file which really maintains the configurations at your AWS infrastructure, okay? So the flow is something like this, okay? First of all, you are running Terraform import with using this syntax, which will create a Terraform state file. And that, if you go to the Terraform state file and see the data, you will find that, what is the mandatory property that you need to define in the .tf file, so that that resource becomes Terraform managed now, okay? And finally, in the next second, if you run Terraform plan and apply, then yes, it say that, I'm managing this resource automatically, yeah? And that is where this, complete diagrams helps you, to understand this flow, okay? So finally, let me reiterate it again. So what I did is, we went to the, PowerShell command or CMD, okay? For example, I'm telling with respect to the Windows system, and just run Terraform import resource type underscore ID ARN, which will import your, infrastructure which is sitting in the, AWS. How does it does, okay? How does it works in the sense, it will gather the resource information from the AWS account, yeah? And then finally, it will create that information of a resource into the Terraform state file. Now, once that process is done, this DevOps guy or this DevOps, developer, he will copy the data present in the Terraform state file and put it under a .tf file, and then yes, your infrastructure is now Terraform managed, okay? So that is just a brief about the, how does this process works at pictorial overview, okay? Now I will start you and I will help you to walk you through all the steps that you need to perform while achieve this, to achieve this scenario, okay? So before I start with that, a kind request, please do subscribe my channel. That would really encourage me a lot, okay? So with that note, let's directly jump to this demo, okay? So for this purpose, what I did is I have created two files called, help file.json, and another one is the import file, okay? I'm going to explain these files one after the other, and I will also show you the real time, how does we can, perform that scenario, okay? So here, basically, first let me explain import.tf file, okay? For example, I am showing you a real time scenario where, here, as I shown in this diagram, I have a Terraform cloud. I have a Terraform cloud, subscription. I have the organizations. Within the organizations, I have created a workspace as well. Okay, so let me show you that. So here you go, right? So this is my organization, that is Cloud Quake Labs, okay, which is my YouTube channel name, yeah. And then after that, I have created a workspace called AWS Backup. That is just an example backup. You don't go with the naming convention, but yes, that is the workspace I have created. And on top of this AWS Backup, I have already pre-set up the required, variables. That is the workspace variable, right? So you need to set up AWS underscore secret underscore access underscore key. Okay, that is nothing but your user access key needs to be kept here, and the variable name should be exactly like this one, yeah. And after that, you will be saving that, workspace variable, and finally you will also So first one is the secret one, okay? The first one is the secret one, and after that, access key ID. Similarly, you are storing. So what actually here doing is you are creating a IAM user in your AWS account. For example, let's say this is your AWS account. So in this one, you are going to the IAM, creating a IAM user, providing the access by attaching a role to that user, and after that, you are retrieving the access key secret and access key and putting those data into this AWS secret access key and AWS access key ID. Yeah. Okay, so this is the prerequisite. No, that's the reason I'm just telling you. All right, so once you are done with this one, then you are set with it. Okay, and finally, let's come back to the original explanation. Okay, so I have started from here. Okay, so here I have created an import.tf file. Okay, and I'm storing this import.tf file as of now locally. Okay, you see I have created a folder structure within my Windows desktop. And in that one, I have created a import.tf file, and this is JSON. Okay, you can ignore this. JSON does not does anything. It does not interfere in the Terraform task. Okay, until you reference it. All right. So in this Terraform file, I'm just declaring a variable, a block called Terraform. Okay. If I show you how you can do this, let me go back to the same one. And if you go to the if you go to the variables, so variables in this one, remember that you are setting those variables under workspace variable only, and the key should be exactly same, and value should be the respective secret access key and secret ID. Now, if you go to the state button, so you should see some states. Okay, if I open this state, right now it does not has anything. You see that its version is 4 Terraform, so the Terraform version is 1.1.1.7, and then serial is 5, and it does not has the resource. Okay, remember, it does not has a resources, in the sense right now you are building everything from the scratch. Okay, right now you are building this infrastructure completely from the scratch. Okay, for example, right now you are here, and also you are setting this infrastructure in the Terraform cloud here as well. Now you also have a GitHub repo where you are hosting these Terraform files and also declaring the GitHub actions as well. Okay, so that also I will show you in this video. Okay, that is the scope of this video as well. All right, so this is, now we are under states, under the states of your workspace. Now let's go to the runs. Okay, in the runs it will give you some close. Okay, if you go to, or not in runs, if you go to the overuse, right, in the settings, I'm sorry, in the settings in general, right. So this is my settings. If I go to the variables and no, let me go back. I have to go to the workspace, and if you click here, so it will give some hints. That is what I wanted to show you. Runs and if we go through the states, variables, here in the variables. Okay, if we come here in the variables, it is telling that you need to do something, some configuration, something like this. Okay, maybe if you follow these the documents, maybe it will help you to identify. Okay, all right. So basically, whenever you are setting this infrastructure for the first time, so this is how it looks. All right. Now, where are we now? So we were here. Okay, so we were here, and we checked that in the state file it is nothing, but it does not has any resources. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So this is where we are now. Now, what we do is I will show you how we can do the next steps. Okay. For this case, again, I'm telling you that I'm going to manage this infrastructure with using GitHub Actions as well. Yeah. So that is something I will explain again. So here now let's go to the GitHub. So in the GitHub, you see this is my GitHub repo. In that one GitHub, I have the main.tf file and the workflows, nothing but GitHub Actions. So these GitHub Actions definitions I have already explained in my previous videos. There I have created n number of videos, and where I used these tf plan and tf apply.yaml files. I'm not going to repeat these scenarios again. Maybe you need to go and check these these files from there, and also these files will be shared in my in my GitHub repo, dedicated GitHub repo, and that GitHub repo's path will be shared in this video's description. Maybe you can find from there and try to understand what I have written here. Okay, so in this demo we will not going to show you this one, but let's focus on this main.tf file, which is nothing but the content which is present in the import.tf file. Okay, so in this one, let me tell you what is the Terraforms. Okay, so here whenever you are using the Terraform cloud, or if you are using the local Terraform or TFE as well, so in this case you must define this Terraform Terraform backend data. This is generally called as a Terraform backend data block. So here we are declaring the required providers, yeah, that is AWS and HashiCorp AWS. Okay, you need to maintain these. And after that, in the backend, so okay, you see there is a keyword called backend. In the backend, we are defining it's a remote, and inside the remote we are defining the organizations. What is this organization? This organization is nothing but your Terraform cloud. Okay, so this is my Terraform cloud. Although so I didn't explain you. So this is my Terraform cloud portal. Okay, this is my Terraform Cloud subscription, you can call it as. And here I'm in a workspace called Cloud Quick Labs. That is my workspace, and this is the workspace name. Cloud Quick Labs is my organization, and under that organizations I have a workspace, and that is the workspace I'm referring here. Okay, so this is my organizations and this is my workspace. Okay, and that's all. So this is what this is what Terraform asks you to put in a Terraform block, which will acting as a backend data for you. All right, and after that we have to declare the provider. Okay, so this is the thumb rule. Whenever you are working with the Terraform, you have to decide, you have to define a provider. So here provider is AWS, and the reason I'm targeting is US East region. Okay, so in this demo I will just show you how we can manage a example S3 bucket which is created manually, but later it is you are making that S3 bucket managed by Terraform, that is with using infrastructure as a code. All right, so now this is the one, and finally let's go to the prerequisite. Okay, so now for this one, in this demo I use Windows PowerShell, which is a very straightway method, and I will show you how you can do this Terraform import with using this Windows PowerShell itself. So first of all, let me take you to the here, and what I do is the prerequisite here is you should have a Terraform installed in your system. The Terraform version should be minimum 1.1.7. Yeah, so let me show you what is my Terraform version. Okay, if you go to your PowerShell window and run Terraform -- version, maybe it will show you the the version that you are hosting in your system. Okay, it is taking some time though. All right, so before while it returns the data, I'm going to show you. Yes, here you go. So here is the Terraform version is 1.1.7. Yeah, so that is my Terraform version. And let's say if this is not your scenario for your case, maybe you can leverage the Chocolatey, or Chocolatey utility from your system and try to run this command. It will download version 1.7.7 into some local path, and from there you need to maybe to copy to the another local path and set that environmental variable. Okay, so something like that. Put that latest downloaded Terraform.exe file under custom path, or maybe let's say you are using the default path been set by the Terraform by the Chocolatey utility. Maybe you need to set that path. You need to set that path at the environmental variable of the system. All right. So this is the prerequisite. Okay. So what I am going to tell you is a prerequisite in the sense you must have Terraform version 1.1.7. All right. So now what I do is I'm going to do a next steps. Okay. So for this case, I'm going to do a CD to this path. Why I'm doing is because the file which I explained, right, that is import.tf file, which is sitting in this file. Okay, this path which I have just did as CD. Here you go, import.tf file and help file.json. All right. So once I CD it is done, now we are going to do a next step. What is the next step that I'm going to do is we have to log into the Terraform cloud. Okay, so here I'm using the remote state file. Okay, that is a remote backend, a remote state file in Terraform world, in Terraform language. Okay, so for that case we need to run this command, that is Terraform login, then Terraform app.terraform.io. What is that app.terraform.io? Is nothing but that is a FQDN of your Terraform cloud application. Okay, so this is app.terraform.io. Yeah, if you see, this is the app.terraform.io is a FQDN of this, of this site or of this Terraform cloud. So once you're done with that, let's hit OK. So to work this, you should be logging it into your Terraform cloud subscription. Okay, so currently I'm in my Terraform cloud subscription, and this will help me to do the next steps. Okay, so here it will ask you to enter yes. Okay, it will ask you whether you want to proceed or not. I'm just hitting yes. Then it will, what it does is it will invoke one more page in the browser, and from there you are authenticating one access token. Okay, so right, to log into this Terraform cloud, basically authentication happens with using the API token. Yeah, so here I'm just dynamically creating an API token by selecting the options being popped up by the Terraform login command itself. Okay, so I'm copying that. Maybe for example in some of the system there will be a pop-up blocked. Okay, so in that case maybe this page may not be appearing. Yeah, so in that case make sure that your pop-up is also unblocked. So I have copied this Terraform API token, Terraform cloud API token, and I'm just doing a single click. Okay, for your information, make a single click. Okay, if you do double click, maybe it will it will take the wrong API token. Okay, so I did only one time click, and yes, it has taken the API access token and it has successfully logged in. Okay, so how you confirm that it has logged in? It will tell welcome to the Terraform cloud. and the documentation is something like this, and it will tell that it has retrieved the user is nothing but this is my username, and currently it is in a in the, so it will work. Okay, so this is the user it is using because the API token belongs to this user of my Terraform cloud, and it will leverage the Terraform backend definition being defined here. That is the organization. This is the organization. Under that one, workspace is this one. All right. Right now, what you have did is you have logged into the portal using Terraform CLI. What is the portal? That is the Terraform cloud. Now the next step is we need to go do our next steps. Okay. What is the next steps? The next step is we need to init the Terraform. Okay. Before you run the Terraform input, make sure that you are initting the Terraform. Why we are doing this in the sense because this Terraform Terraform has to download all the prerequisite. Okay, that's the reason we have to do Terraform init. So I just run the command Terraform init. It will basically downloads the required binary files, required dependent files. All the required dependence files will be downloaded and it will be kept under the same path. Earlier when we saw, so there were only 2 files. Now the .terraform file is being downloaded and put in there. Okay. Let's wait for a few more minutes so that we can see what is happening. Okay, as of now it is downloading the it is actually downloading all the plugins, backend files, binary files, etc. Yeah, all right. It finally tells that Terraform has been successfully initialized. Okay, and that's the time maybe you can go next. Okay, so here all right, now we are all set. We are all set to run the command Terraform import. What is the thing actually you want to import? That is something I'm going to show you here. Okay, for example, this is my AWS account. And I have created a file. Okay, I have created a S3 bucket called AWS EKS backup. Yeah, in this one, I just created a blank AWS EKS backup. Now I want to manage this bucket with using Terraform. Okay, I don't want to delete this. I don't want to recreate this. Okay, so in such cases, Terraform import is the option that you can do it. Now, not only that, I'm going to maintain certain properties. Okay, in this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add certain tags. If I go to the tags, where is the tags? So I'm going to add some tags, and let's see if that tags also gets appeared in the Terraform backend. Okay, so before I walk you through this one, so what did we see is we went to this one and we went to the Terraform state and we were in the latest state file, and it does not contains any resources. Okay, now before that I'm going to show you something. Yeah, here you go. So here you go. So here in the access point, yeah, so I'm just going to go to the properties and I am going to add some tags here. Okay, and that tag will be managed by our it will be managed by Terraform as well. So that is what I wanted to show you. So here let's go to the tags and let's add some dummy tags. Okay, for example, env, that is environment equal to dev. Yeah, and video name equal to this is my cloud name, that is cloud quick labs. All right, so these are the, let's say these are the 2 tags also we have kept on this S3 bucket. Okay, so now I'm telling you I have created this S3 bucket manually, and in that S3 bucket I am keeping some properties which I need those to be also needs to be imported in a Terraform state file. That is just a kind of a criteria I want. Okay, for example, yes, these are the many criteria will be there in your real time. Okay, if you go to the production level, but in this demo this is the scenario. Okay, all right, so now I showed you that there is nothing in the Terraform state file. Now I want to import this state, in the sense I want to import this resource state into this Terraform cloud state file. All right, so how do I do is for that case I need to run this command. Okay, so for this case again one more requirement is maybe you need to put this into something like blah blah. Yeah, how can I do this? Yeah, all right, so right now let's first import it and I will show you that how we can do this. First let's run this command and make our Terraform style state file, remote state file, updated. So for this case I just follow this syntax. Okay, for this case let's go to the here and type this command. Yeah, the command here is Terraform import AWS S3 bucket. Okay, what is this AWS S3 bucket? So that AWS underscore S3 bucket is nothing but that is a AWS Terraform resource type. Yeah, and the resource variable. What is this resource variable? So if you go to the import one, so this is where, right? So this is the currently I purposefully made this for example I purposefully commented this one. Let me uncomment this. And when you say resource variable is nothing but the variable which is sitting after the resource type. This is the resource type, and this becomes a variable. Okay, that is the thing you need to copy and replace that. Maybe something like this. Yeah. So here, go here and put that name. So what is I'm doing? I'm copying this one and I'm putting it here. Yeah. And after that test bucket, now I want to give this name, okay, so that this bucket will be imported into the Terraform state file. All right. Now let me save this file as well. Okay. All right. And here what I do is I'll just tell like null. I don't know. Okay. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. Maybe env and video null. Okay. So basically I don't know. Okay. Basically I don't know how to define this because it's already created. Okay. And that's the reason you are getting confused. Okay. So you are getting confused and you want to manage that infrastructure with using the Terraform by using command. Let's import. All right. So now let's run this command and let's see. Okay. How does it imports the infrastructure into the Terraform state file first. And from there we are referring the Terraform state file and we are building our Terraform.tfl again. Yeah. And that is the main of this demo. Okay, so as you see here, it is currently acquiring the lock, and it will try to create those it try to import the configurations of that S3 bucket into the Terraform state file. All right. So in this demo, we are just making this bucket configurations imported in this Terraform state. Okay, that is the main aim of this demo. All right. It will take some time. Meantime, I'm going to show you that how does it looks. Okay, if I refresh, maybe it has started to do it. Okay. So I'm here in the Terraform cloud. You see the Terraform cloud and it is being refreshed. All right, let's see where it is coming. It is taking bit time though. This is a pure real time demo, okay, for your information. And you see as of now the resource, okay, so whatever the data will come for the managed resource, it will come here. As of now there is nothing. It is just a vacant list or just a blank array. All right, so you see here you go. It has acquired the state file, it has acquired the log state, and it has successfully imported. Okay, you should see this message, okay, which is a lucky message maybe. Yeah, if you see this message, bingo, you are successful. Okay, in the sense you are successfully imported your infrastructure. Yeah. All right, so let me refresh it and I will show you that the state file is updated. Okay, I'm just refreshing it and we see the magic here. Yeah. All right, so maybe it has not changed. I need to go back and refresh it. Okay, so if I go back, I have to go back, click on here, yeah, go to the states, yeah, and this is the state, yeah. I need to use the latest state. Yeah, I forgot that. Okay, so again, every time whenever there is a state change happens at your AWS workspace, a new state instance is created. Okay, so you can call it as all these are state instances. Yeah, at each time you run it, the Terraform cloud keeps those state instances. Okay, it keeps the states of those instances. Yeah. All right, so this is the latest instance, you can say. And here you go. Right, earlier the it was empty. Now it is managed. Mode is managed and the resource type is AWS bucket, and this is the name of my bucket. And if I go down, so these are the attributes. Okay, nothing but the configurations of that S3 bucket. Okay, so it has what did it actually do. This is where actually it did. Okay, in the sense it referred this resource, it got the information from there, and it has put down those data into the form of a Terraform state file. In the sense, it just read the configurations of the AWS S3 bucket, copied it to the Terraform state file, and put it across in the Terraform state. Yeah, under this under this state instance. And now the time is okay. Now, all right. Now let's copy this. That is where we are now. Now basically, let me go back to the let me go back into and create a new file called. Let me create it as a new file called, let's say something, this resource. Okay, let's keep this main import tf file for just for namesake, but we're gonna create a new tf file. Okay, for example, new tf file called s3 bucket, s3.tf. Let me call it as a s3.tf file. The first main file is just to keep a configurations with the with the remote state file, and keep the provider. Okay, now we are creating one more file where actually the the S3 bucket infrastructure has to be imported. Okay, now how are we importing? Now time to copy the data present here. Okay, all right, so now how do we copy? Right, what are the things you need to copy? That is very carefully you need to do it here. Let me help you here. First of all, resource type AWS S3 bucket, which is already there. Now let's copy the name. Okay, the name is nothing but in the property name. You just see bucket, just put that, bucket is equal to, this is the bucket is nothing but name of your bucket. Okay. All right, and this variable has to be stayed as it is. Okay, don't touch that. Yeah. And after that, under the tags, if I go to the tags, okay, because basically, to manage the AWS S3 bucket, maybe you can do is, what you can do is, the best help is Google. Okay, so how do you do is, go to the Google and search this resource type. Okay, as simple as that. There is a huge lot of documentary from the Terraform, which will help you to pass through these kind of struggles, or pass through these kind of challenging situations. Okay, so here importing your infrastructure, already existing infrastructure, is a kind of a challenging task as well. So here basically, if you want to manage basic S3 bucket, you might need to use this syntax, that is a bucket name, and maintain your tags under the tags list. Okay, that is what I'm going to do in this scenario. So let me go back to the state file and copy the tags. Now I have copied the names. Now let me copy the tags, whatever the value here, I just going to copy there. All right, so if I go here and copy paste it, okay, so let me do that. Okay, all right, so let me save this file. All right, so what we did is, I have explicitly created s3.tf file, and in that one, what I'm doing is, I'm referring this state file, and I'm declaring my AWS S3 bucket, which now becomes, this code becomes kind of a directly proportional to the the definition being created here, or being created in the Terraform state file with using Terraform import command. Yeah. All right, now the time has come. Now let's run the original Terraform plan and apply. Now we should see there is no difference. Okay, in the sense the infrastructure is already managed. Okay, for that case, what I do is, I will just directly go and run command called Terraform plan. Yeah. So if I run this Terraform plan, what is it? No, basically I'm running it from the locally. Maybe I will also show you how we can run the same code from the CI/CD, from the Github action, and from the GitHub and the Github action as well. As of now, you see, it is trying to check. Okay, it is trying to compare, and it is trying to find out what is the difference between the infrastructure being set in the Terraform state file and what is defined in the TF file as well. Okay, and that is where it is doing. Maybe I need to run the Terraform Init as well. But let's see, okay, what does actually do it does. Okay, it is evaluating, it is trying to correlate between these two definitions. Okay, as of now, it is telling that it has to define, it has to it has to add, or it has to destroy one. Okay, all right, so why it is saying such a manner, in the sense, why? Because earlier I defined that. Okay, so this is where the problem is coming. Okay, this is what I don't want. Okay, so here what is actually telling is, okay, if I go back to this one, maybe it is right. Okay, maybe this command is also right, maybe this way is also right, in the sense it's trying to destroy something, and it's trying to destroy, create in another file as well. It's under the hood, it is the same. Okay, maybe this is not the right way. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you in another way. For example, let's say let's say we are not using this way, but all right, so as of now it is showing that it's going to add one and destroy one. Let's see what is this Terraform plan is telling us. Okay, if you go here, it is telling that it's going to add server-side encryption, blah blah blah. Okay, so it's going to add so many things. If I go above, what is the thing it's going to destroy? Okay, so here S3 bucket must be replaced. Okay, since the bucket is there, and all right, yeah. So basically, it is just upgrading something. Okay, basically it is not deleting your infrastructure, but it's just upgrading your infrastructure. Okay, so for this case, let me try to do in another way and try to check it. Okay, so for example, I will just do Control X, and I don't want to say this. Okay, so let me do no, and I will put the same definition here in the same file. Yeah, for example, and here I don't want this S3 bucket as well. Okay, so let me delete this. I'm going to remove. Yeah. Now I'm trying to rerun again. Okay. So for this case, let's rerun Terraform Init. Let's do Terraform Init. Yeah. So basically, we are trying to do a kind of a reverse engineering and try to make the Terraform file in such a way that it actually manages the infrastructure which is already managed by manual, and while we import the infrastructure into the Terraform state file. Okay. So right now it is doing the Terraform Init. Let me do it, and let's run the Terraform plan again. Okay, all right, so let's see how does it behaves now. Terraform plan. All right, So it's basically, preparing the remote plan, waiting for the plan to start. Plugin is been done. You see, it's a purely, live demo. Okay. It's like, when I'm trying to explain these scenarios, maybe, I'm also trying to, do a troubleshooting. Maybe you will also, face those. Okay. So basically it is telling that, it's going to add something, it's going to destroy something. Okay. Let's see what actually it is going to destroy. So here apply after known and test backup bucket. Okay. All right. Stay backup, domain name, something blah blah. Okay. So this is the, okay, one to destroy, one to add, and one to destroy. Okay, that is what it's telling. Yeah, let me see what is the thing we are missing, that it is telling that it's going to replaced, must be replaced as a bucket, test must be replaced. All right. Yeah, so here, test bucket, okay. All right, so this is where the problem is happening. Okay, if I go back to the, the problem why it is happening is because my bucket name is, something like this, and in the state file I'm giving something blah blah. Yeah, and that's the reason it is showing a it's showing a drift. Yeah, basically it was not a different file definition, but actually, I have given the name wrong. Okay, if I go back to the state file, okay, this is what called as a, real-time explanation. Okay, so if I go to my Terraform state file here, right, my bucket name is, if I go to my bucket name, yeah, my bucket is AWS EKS backup. Okay, but I have given wrongly, and this was done purposefully. Okay, maybe I have done this purposefully, for example, to help you to understand, to get that kind of grip. Okay, all right. So let me create again S3 bucket, but this time I'm going to, I'm going to use the same name. Yeah. All right. So this time I'm not going to make any mistakes. Okay. That was just, just to help you, or just to get a grip on the, Terraform. That's the reason I did it. Now let me do this again and make this backup, and rest all is as expected. And let me save this file as a, kind of s3.tf file. Okay, s3.tf file. All right, and save this. And now let's do a Terraform plan again, and let's see this time what it tells. Okay, actually I'm expecting that, it should say nothing to do. Okay, say that, this infrastructure is already been there. Okay. All right, so it says that, the AWS 3 configurations, something like that. It says that it's already declared in the import.tf file. Okay, all right, because I didn't cut from here, maybe. Yeah. All right, so I need to save this file because I didn't save this file. So that is also a kind of a learning for you. If you have changed the code but you forget to save it, maybe you will face the issues. Yeah, so that's a second learning for you as well. That's a real time. Okay, anyways, I'm trying to explain this scenario at the real time and trying to, solve these, real time blockers as well. Now it should tell. Okay, now it must tell that, there is no changes in the infrastructure. Okay, let's see finally, and I will, after that, I'm going to show you, like, how you can manage this, s3.tf file from the, Github Actions as well. Okay, that marks the completion of our demo. All right, let's quickly do this, and we should see that, Terraform plan saying there is no difference. Okay, I'm not going to change anything because you are already managed infrastructure. Okay, this is what I wanted. Here you go. No changes. Your infrastructure matches the configuration. Okay, and now that is what I want. Okay, that is what the aim of this demo. Okay, now it is telling that, your S3 bucket is already matched. It's already handled in the Terraform state file. I'm not going to do anything if you run me Terraform plan or Terraform apply. Indeed, that is what it tells, and that's all. Okay, so for now, let me run, Terraform apply as well, and finally I will show you that now in the GitHub Actions as well. Okay. All right, so let's run. So here it tells that, I'm not going to change. It's actually telling that, it's not going to do anything. Now let's do auto approve. All right. No, I'm running Terraform apply. Basically, it does nothing. Okay, because in the Terraform plan, it didn't identify any differences. Okay, and that is where. Okay, so now parallelly, let me update my files. Okay, I think it has already done. Preparing the remote apply, and it's going to visit this one and starting to apply these things. Yeah, maybe yeah, let's wait for here so that, it gets completed, and then I will show you in the GitHub Actions that, it does the same thing. Now completely you have handled your infrastructure, which was managed earlier. Now it is being managed by the Terraform as well. And here you go, no changes has been found, and now it's not going to do anything. Yeah. All right, now let me create one more S3 file here, and let's do that. Yeah, s3.tf. All right, and I will copy this. Now I have shown you locally. Let's go to the real time. Okay. Anyways, infrastructure as a code is managed with using CI/CD. Yeah, and this is the final stage I am going to show you here, and that is the aim of my video. All right. Right now you have managed your infrastructure with using Terraform while using running the command Terraform import. Now time to handle this with using CI/CD, that is GitHub and GitHub Actions. Yeah, maybe I will show you here. So here you go. It did nothing. Okay, it did nothing in the sense it's telling that that infrastructure is already managed by Terraform, and the configuration present in the Terraform state file and configuration declared in the Terraform file is matching. That is what it did. Okay, that is what it told. Now, yeah, now we are done with this stage. Okay, yeah, so let me go back to this picture. So this is where we are now. Okay, so these two stages are already done. Now let's go with this GitHub Actions. For that case, again, anyways, this file structure will be shared in GitHub repo, and the GitHub repo link will be shared for your information. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to do it with using GitHub Actions. Okay, all right. Now I will commit this file and I will show the rest of steps. Okay, that is GitHub managed. Commit this and I need to stage this. I will stage it and I will commit it, and once I commit it I will sync it. Okay, now while it is syncing, let me go to my GitHub and GitHub Actions. So this is my GitHub Actions. Let's go to the actions, because whenever I make some changes and do upstream synchronization, it will trigger my Terraform plan. Okay, so let's go to the Terraform plan and see how does Terraform plan tells. Maybe Terraform plan has been started now. Here you go, my GitHub managed. Okay, so GitHub managed was the message I given while I committed here, right? And that is what it is showing me. It started to do the plan, and let's see, okay, in the plan what it's actually it shows. Okay, till now we were doing manually managed. Now we are going at the real time, using source controlled or GitHub and the GitHub Actions. That is a CI/CD tool. Okay, all right. Now we should see in the plan that it should say there is no changes are been identified. Okay, you see it has told found no differences, so no changes will be done. Okay, and that is what we wanted. Okay, all right. Now finally I will also show you now how to run, when even when you run the apply as well, it shows the same thing. Okay, all right. So that marks the that actually marks the completion of this video. Anyways, let's take few more minutes and we can complete. Okay, meantime that is running. So I will go back to the GitHub Actions again. I will show that the plan is completed. Once the plan is completed, here you go. The plan went green, and if you go to the logs now, here, and we see that in the Terraform plan, that there is no differences. Okay, in the sense no changes. Your infrastructure matches the configuration. Now I will do final stage. That is I will create a pull request. Okay, I will going to create a pull request against my feature branch 1. That is my development branch. Again, if you want to know this, how I'm managing this GitHub and GitHub Actions, please do watch my previous videos where I have explained like how you can set up these setups and how you can handle your infrastructure with using GitHub and the GitHub Actions. I will go here and I'm going to merge it now. Once I merge it, it will trigger the GitHub Actions. That is a now Terraform plan. Earlier we were using, now it will trigger Terraform plan and apply. Earlier it was only Terraform plan. All right, so now this is the GitHub action which gets invoked. Here you go, it has started to invoke. Now we should see, the apply should run and it should not do anything. Okay, that is the main aim of this demo. Yeah. All right. So now if I go here, right here you go, it is currently running Terraform plan. It will take some time. Yeah. And here you go, it says that no changes been identified. Yeah. And finally it will also check the finally it will also check the the status of the plan, and then finally it will apply. Okay, so how does these tasks are working? Because these tasks are working as per my definition. Okay, so if I go to my code and if I go to the Terraform apply and Terraform plan, all right, we were here now in the Terraform plan. See, Terraform plan status, I'm checking if it is failed, if the plan is failed. If plan is failed, then maybe I will be coming out. Yeah. If plan is successful, then it is applying the Terraform apply. That is how the logic I have written here. And finally, it is running the Terraform apply as well. In the Terraform apply, it does nothing but it just tell that infrastructure in this Terraform remote state file is equal to whatever it is been defined in the Terraform backend file. Okay, you see the green is no changes. Yeah. All right, so it will go green in few seconds. So let's wait for it to go green. And finally, we are done with these, okay? So, all right, let's wait for a few more seconds and then we are done, yeah? All right. Finally, it is doing a Terraform apply. Let's see, okay, how much time it is taking. It's taking 44 seconds, yeah? Okay, so here you go. I think it has almost done and it is checking out the job. Here you go, right? If I go to the Terraform apply again and if I show you, right, this is what we want. In the sense the Terraform, no changes, okay? No changes found. And all right, so now this bucket is now officially managed with using Terraform, that is infrastructure as a code, where the state file is in a remote or in the cloud. Yeah. All right. Now we have successfully achieved the aim of this demo. Finally, a kind request, please do subscribe my channel. That would really encourage me a lot. So with that note, thank you. Thanks a lot.